Hello, I'm Clayton Koopman, and my family's been ranching in the Bay Area since the late 1800s. I'm a fifth generation rancher, and we've been grazing as a grazing tenant on Sierra Vista Open Space Preserve for about 14 years, working in partnership with Santa Clara Valley Open Space Authority. Ranching plays a big part in my life because I grew up around it, and that's what I've known my entire life. I enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy working with the animals, with the livestock, horses and cattle and dogs. But more so, it's important to me to leave the land in better condition than we received it for the next generation and for my kids. And my goal is not so much to be a rancher as it is to be a steward of the land. The benefits of the conservation grazing range from anything from, reducing the amount of non-native invasive plants such as thistles to promoting the growth of desirable forage species such as your forbs, your native bunch grasses, providing habitat or enhancing habitat for special status wildlife species. And then I think particularly when you're looking at the urban interface here and the proximity to the city of San Jose and our urban neighbors, reducing the fuel level or the forage to reduce the risk of wildfire is really important as well. Living in California, every summer when the hills go from green to brown and yellow, it seems like every year we've got 2 to 3 wildfires that'll start, whether it's roadside or fireworks. Unfortunately, nothing catastrophic, and I think that can be contributed to the conservation grazing and reducing those fuels. If you take a look at a pasture that's grazed, to prescribed levels, you're looking at about 800 to 1,000 pounds of residual dry matter or grass per acre, as opposed to areas that are ungrazed where you might have 7,000 to 10,000 pounds of forage or grass on the ground per acre. So by going through and grazing those pastures, that's a reduction of about 60 to 70% in fine fuels. I think that plays a huge role in being able to get out in front of these fires, to be able to control them. Instead of having flame lengths that are 8, 10, 12, 15 feet, you'll have flame lengths that are 2 to 3 feet tall. I think that plays a huge role in, being able to control these fires or get them stopped before they turn catastrophic or, really impact areas that are developed or where there's housing.
On June 24, 2026, the Sierra fire started at Sierra Vista Open Space Preserve. The fire burned 6 acres of grassland. No people or structures were harmed. Just days prior to the fire, Clayton's cattle grazed that very same land at the preserve.
When I saw the fire start at Sierra Vista, it looked scary. It looked like it was going to go a long ways. And as it approached the top of the hill, we've got some water troughs in place that we developed water sources and installed water troughs. And those areas tend to be grazed down a little bit shorter because the cattle tend to congregate around the troughs. You can see the fire start to dissipate and kind of naturally burn itself out, or the flames get shorter. But when I started to see that, and then the firefighters were able to get control of the fire, it made me feel pretty proud that our management strategies and the way we graze our cattle were part of that, and we were able to help through our management activities to prevent that fire from spreading further and potentially impacting our neighbors. It gives you a good feeling to know that what you're doing provides a number of benefits, whether it's ecologically, which we all like to see the wildlife and the species and that are out here on the landscape. But in that instance, when that fire was under control and we realized that hey, the grazing played a big part in that, you have a sense of pride, and it makes you feel pretty happy that you were able to do something good, and what you're doing is helping out. So if you have an interest in learning more about conservation grazing and preserves, go ahead and visit the Open Space Authority website. There's a plethora of information there. If you're out in the field or in one of the preserves and seeing a guy in a cowboy hat, stop them and talk to them. They're more than happy to answer your questions. If you'd like to hear more about our particular grazing operation, feel free to visit our website. It's koopmannfamilybeef.com.
Conservation grazing is just one of many land management tools the Open Space Authority uses to care for nature so nature can care for you. Learn more by visiting openspaceauthority.org.